Well, hey guys, it's me, Chris, back with another long time coming Blue Screen Talk show. Today I am going to be talking about autonomy, especially with cars. It's been a wacky, wild road, and yet, there again, we have another newcomer into the autonomous car driving deal. You'll have to excuse my dryer, it's very annoying. Anyway, so Apple now has wanted to get in, or not wanted, but Apple has announced apparently that it is in the race or whatever in trying to make a car that drives itself. I guess they announced this back in June, and yeah, for whatever reason it just kind of came on my newsfeed, so I'm like, hey, something I should talk to you about. So what are we talking about here? Autonomous driving. We talking about Kit from Knight Rider? No. Nothing nearly that cool. Complex? Yes. Can it turbo boost? No. Or yet. Apparently, they're using their Unix platform from, I'm assuming, because, you know, iPhones and their Apple computers actually run on Unix, and they throw a nice GUI on top of it and makes it all nice and whatever, user friendly. So anyway, so what does that mean? Apple, it basically has been working on this project for, well, quite a while from what I'm gathering, and they want to get in the field. Whether they're actually going to make an Apple car or not, probably not. I mean, if they do, okay, cool, you know, but why? Especially when you got BMW, Volkswagen, and Tesla, who already have stuff that is already running or built to self-drive and things like that. And, oh yeah, don't forget, I don't remember, did I mention Google? Maybe I mentioned Google. No, I didn't. Google is in the race too. If you're watching this, you probably already know it, but if you don't, now you do. So what does that mean for us? Well, it can mean choices. I don't know. It's cool. The different features that are on the iPhone. I personally enjoy Android because I can do more on Linux than I can with iOS, or out of the box. I have to modify an iPhone where Linux, all I have to do is just, you know, do what I do and it does it, which is amazing. But the good thing that I could see coming from this being a closed platform, though, because that's kind of what they do, or Apple does, is it's a closed platform. I could actually see security benefits from this, which could be nice. You know. Siri, take me home. Taking you home. You know, I don't know. I mean, you can already use your Siri to hail for Uber. So, it's kind of weird. I'm old school. And I've always been like taxi. now it's Uber. That I don't know about you guys. That's just kind of weird. Anyway, so now that you got Tesla doing their thing, Google doing their thing, Volkswagen, BMW doing their thing, Apple throws their hat into the mix. I could see themselves doing more of developing their software, perhaps even their hardware, because I will admit that they do actually do a really, really, really slick job of making their hardware work well with their software. But I also could see issues, primarily because I've seen them release iOS updates or betas, and people try them. So I just hope that their cars aren't like that, because, I mean, you imagine, you know, it's like rebooting, but I'm doing 70 miles an hour down the freeway, you know, and you just, everything goes dead. No, I mean, granted, the if the driver, passenger, whatever, is not impaired or whatever, that's fine, they just take over, hopefully, and everything's fine. But, you know, these autonomous cars are good for people who do not drive, people who are impaired, for whatever reason, whether it's alcohol or whatever, whether they're just tired from coming home from work and like, I'm too tired to drive, bloop, and they do autopilot, you know, whatever, I don't know, but I could definitely see good, and I could also see bad. A lot of this being new ground, you know, I definitely believes, wow, excuse me, I definitely believe that within our lifetime we could see this technology perfected. I just hope that it's not, I don't know what I want to say here. I hope that it's perfected well, if that makes sense. Because, I mean, we're talking about a human letting a machine drive them down the road. I don't know, that can be good, that can be bad. Not in the respect that the machine's doing the work, but that things go wrong, that human needs to be able to take control of the machine. Because at the end of the day, that is a machine. And, well, I work in a factory, and I see machines that are automated do wacky things on a daily basis. So, it's like, I had a situation, well, never mind. I don't even need to do that. I just know for a fact that machines can do very, very odd, wacky things. And that even fine-tuned machines sometimes kind of go a little haywire. It can be running perfect, and then break. And sometimes it's a way that you can catch, and sometimes it's not that quick of a catch. And yeah, I kind of like the concept though of what Tesla has. And what I mean by that is that their AI learns, and it also disseminates information among the network. So it uses the internet to update the other cars on different driving techniques, different driving scenarios, and things like that. This AI that Apple's developing, we have no idea what it is. They said that it's pretty complex, which, I mean, AI, come on, complex. And we have to have a machine that constantly learns, you know, whether it's defensive driving or offensive driving. You know, the machines have to be able to learn, and not only learn but adapt on the fly. So I don't know how that's gonna look. It's going to definitely be interesting. I know that right now Tesla, it seems, has pretty much just gone full bore on this. So the question is, can Apple catch up? Or is there even really a market for Apple to even try to catch up to? I mean, because like I say, you got about four major players already in this. You know, Google already has a massive infrastructure built. Just in what they do and the services that they provide us on a daily basis. You know, and their server farms are enormous. They're just insane. And then you've got Tesla. You know, Tesla, their whole thing is, number one, that it's a good car. Number two, I think number one though in that it's a good car is safety. You know, is that car safe? If something happens, will you survive in the car? And right now, as far as I know, they have a #1 safety rating, which is pretty amazing. Their computer system, really robust. And I think I did a video on this on one of my other channels years ago, but I'll kind of rehash or rehash it, whatever. Is that there were some people, I forget where they were, China, Japan, somewhere like that. And they decided they were going to hack this car. And a Tesla car, forget model. But they did. And, you know, they were able to remotely access this car and drive it from their phone. You know, that #1, that's cool. What they did was cool, right? But #2, the exploit that they showed was not only showing that, hey, we can do this, but was more of a Tesla, or telling Tesla that, hey, if we can do this, others can do that too from the internet. So, instead, and I'm proud of Tesla for doing this, instead of them just putting out a patch, like Microsoft and Linux and other OS developers do, or not, Linux is not a developer, I'm sorry, but like a Linux developer would do, and just write a patch. They went through, line by line, and rewrote the entire operating system, closing that loophole and some others. And I don't know. That's something that really makes me think that or not think, but wonder, can Apple really compete with that type of thoroughness when somebody just goes, oh, yeah, that could be very bad. Let's make sure this never happens again. And then Elon goes, I want you guys to go through and reprogram this entire thing. I want it to work right. And guess what? It did. I couldn't tell you how much testing the thing went through before it went into production, but they did. And they closed the loopholes. Or exploits, I'm sorry. And I just kind of wonder if Apple can compete with that type of dedication to the person, the individuals that are riding in a vehicle. As far as hardware and software are concerned, I've already stated that I believe that they can make that marriage work well. It's the dedication, though. I've seen them, like I said, I'm not an iPhone user, but I've seen pictures where they've changed entire layouts and whatever, and things not work properly, and I just go, you didn't do a whole lot of testing on this, did you, before you released it? Where, like I said, Tesla really is thorough, because they want to give you a amazing experience. You're not paying $30,000 up to $100 some odd $1,000 for a crap piece of technology. Elon wants to give people something that is monumental and that just works. And I don't know, I'm comparing the two, but I'm doing it for a reason, because if it was Steve Jobs that did it, that was doing this project, it would almost be on par with Elon Musk's way of thinking. Just because I followed Apple. Not that I'm a fanboy, but I do follow them guys, and just from what I know of Steve Jobs, if he was still around, I see this project really going really good places. Possibly Tim Cook can pull this off and make it work well. I really do. I mean, like I stated before, this is new technology, a new territory for cars. I honestly, I don't think that Apple will be putting out a full-fledged car. I can see them using a donor car to develop the technology and things like that, marrying the hardware to the software and all that fun stuff. So, well, guys, I've rambled on long enough. If you liked it, do one of these. If you didn't, do one of these. And, well, if you don't want to do it, don't do it. If you want to see more of my ramblings about technology and things like that, give me a subscribe. Tell your friends. I'll be around. I'm going to try and make more of these. I've just been busy as crap. Things are sort of slowing down. Or enough to where I can start focusing on some videos again. Well, I'm out. You guys have a good one. Laters.